Hi guys, I hope that you are all safe and well. I'm just coming on to do this week's Facebook card reveal video for you all. So, if you have been drawn to card one, we're going into the energy of the Nine of Hearts. And it just says on the bottom here, fulfillment, harmony, and protection. To me, this is a card of kind of blessings. It's a card of really stopping to acknowledge all of your blessings, all of the things you have immediate accessibility to. So this could be connections with friends, this could be connections with family, this could be your beautiful pets that add sort of, love and kind of give you that energy of just, complete unconditional value. But it's really, really important to just stop and acknowledge what you've got, because sometimes we get so caught up in, what we'd like to be or what's to come or how we'd like to move forward, that actually we completely overlook everything that we already have the accessibility of stuff to. So this is really being encouraged for you at the moment to just stop and look at actually what does exist in your world. The tree is encouraging you to stay grounded and anchored, but I almost see this as like a bit of a family come energetic tree of life that again is reminding you to look at each of the branches. What do they carry? What do they hold? What's inside of those branches? I think it's really, really important, because I just feel at the moment lots of people are really struggling, but lots of people are choosing to be in this sort of situation where they feel like a little bit like a victim to stuff. So they're looking at all the negative things, they're looking at all the things that have gone wrong, rather than stopping to see actually the quality of what exists. So when we talk about the protection, this is almost like protecting everything that you have accessibility to and everything that makes you feel contented within your world. So it's a really interesting card, but I just think it's a really important one if you've been drawn to this at this time. Be, I suppose, humbled by what you have accessibility to, because in a blink of an eye, it can be taken from us at any time. And I think sometimes we just go about our world in such a carefree way, we forget that everything is temporary. Obviously harness it and love it and nurture it for as long as it's accessible, but remember there'll be a day when this is taken from us. So try not to sort of, stress about the things that can't be changed too much. Just really focus on that heart center vibration. I think a lot of us at the moment are being really, really encouraged to feed into that heart connection more than ever before. So that's being encouraged with this card. Now, as we're going into card two, we're going into the energy of attachment. And it just sort of says here, letting go, restriction, and fear. It's really, really important with this card, if you've been drawn to it, not to get caught up into the falsehoods of what fear sometimes can lead us into. I think it's also really, really important to actually keep your world as straightforward and as uncomplicated as possible. Sometimes that's easier said than done, but ultimately it comes down to our own behavior. Sometimes we can't change an experience that's happening around us. I do understand that, but we can absolutely change the way that we respond to a situation. So this card is encouraging you to take accountability for your own behaviors a little bit. Letting go, if you're holding on to frustrations, if you're holding on to, cycles from the past, if you keep replaying things in your mind, give yourself permission to let go of that mental torture, because that's all it is. It becomes a case of mental torture. We can think, we can sit, we can reflect, and we can analyze and overanalyze situations, past times, past experiences. But actually, when someone's hurt us or when a situation has hurt us, who really is getting hurt by the experience if we keep reliving it, if we keep rethinking about it? So this is about giving yourself permission to untangle anything that you feel is binding or restricting you at this time. I get it now and again. Sometimes if I get a sort of weird thought pattern come in, sometimes it will take me into a space that I know is not particularly helpful. Sometimes I get pulled back a lot into college days, and it's great to sort of obviously go deeper with the healing lines, because sometimes that's what we're doing, but sometimes as well we're sort of getting pulled back into things that are running the risk of reattaching when we've cleared them already. So don't allow things to reattach if you've already cleared it. So be brave enough to learn from the past cycles, to learn from the past mistakes or behaviours, whatever you've been through, but don't stay stuck as a victim there because you've survived that period of your life. Now, as we're going into the final card, we're going into purification, and it just sort of says here, water, emotional cleansing and rejuvenation. If you've been drawn to this card, you guys might be feeling like you're going through quite a sort of aggressive spiritual awakening at the moment, and everything that you once understood, everything that you once sort of believed in, everything that you once took as face value is maybe being pulled away from you, because we are going through a massive shedding process at the moment on a collective scale. And she's naked here within the card, and there's all this sort of high vibe energy around her. So for me, this is like detaching. It's almost removing yourself from the pressures of life, the falsehoods of life. So I think a lot of us are actually awakening spiritually. A lot of us are breaking free from the matrix system, and a lot of us are actually starting to rebel or unlearn our conditioning systems, because when we're brought into this world, we're told certain things, and it keeps order, it keeps structure, but it also very often leads to quite a lot of heavy suppression. And as we move forward with our life, some of us actually awaken to that and they rebel against it. They realize that what they once took as a blind faith is actually a belief system from somebody else, but it's not necessarily a complete truth. So some of you might be really going through quite an aggressive shift at the moment, or it might feel quite aggressive because it might be quite alien to you. But run with the healing process, do what's needed, do the inner work, really feed into that energy and allow yourselves to become completely free. So it is like kind of unbinding yourself from everything that is against your own belief system, and find that freedom, be naked, be at one with the world around you, because it's a really, really powerful experience. And actually physically, being naked, I'm not saying that you've got to do it in public, but just in a private way, that can be really liberating as well, to actually feel so connected to self and so free. So that may also be getting encouraged for some of you, if you felt kind of brave enough and comfortable to do that. So I'm going to leave the cards with you. I hope they make sense. Stay safe, stay well, stay fabulous. Just a reminder that tomorrow night I am going to be demoing in Trowbridge, in the Trowbridge Spiritual Centre at Studley Green, with the lovely fledgling medium Sammy. We are double teaming, and really, really excited to have the reopening of the Trowbridge Spiritual Centre, because I think it's definitely needed in that area. It's £5 on the door. Come along. Starts from 7, well, doors open at 7 o'clock and it starts at 7:30 till around 9 o'clock. So it'd be great to see some of you lovelies there. A few people have been asking me, am I at the Stallbridge Holistic Fair on Saturday? I am not. So me and Mum are not having our stalls there this time. We have done it in the past, but we're not there this time. So please don't turn up thinking you're going to see one of us, because you will be disappointed. Having said that, if you're free, of course, go along to it. I'm sure it's going to be a fantastic day. I've got some private readings on Zoom, so I'm not going to be at that one this time. But definitely support it if you're local to the area, because it's a really good sort of fair. So there's going to be some fantastic stall holders, readers, bit of everything's going to be there. So if you're around Stallbridge on Saturday, pop along to that. I think it's free entry, I believe, but double check details. There are posters and things around. So, but yeah. All right, my lovelies, stay safe, stay well, stay fabulous. Have a great week ahead, and I will catch up with some of you very soon. Love and blessings. Bye for now.